Hello, thank you for joining me on this beautiful day of global giving. I want to share a personal story with you. I wanted to talk for a few minutes about my personal experience with entering back into the community after incarceration. I was locked up just long enough to get the drugs out of my system. I started to feel like a human being again, and I desperately wanted to keep my sobriety when I went back out into the community. I knew that it was going to be challenging, and while I was incarcerated, I was literally begging for some reentry help and got absolutely nothing. When you're incarcerated, there's a big build-up to what that release day is going to look like, because you don't have a whole lot to look forward to when you're locked up. So you think about that release day a lot. And I guess in my mind, I had this vision of me walking through the gates and skipping out into the sunshine and living happily ever after. Excuse me. Hi, doggy. Sorry. That did not happen. I was released on November 11th, 2021. It was a day much like today. I was wearing a t-shirt. I had no coat. I had no money. I couldn't even afford to get on a bus and go anywhere. I had nowhere safe to go. That was 8:30 in the morning. And instead of having that surreal experience and elated feeling of joy, I felt this overwhelming and impending sense of doom and gloom, and I felt utterly hopeless. That was 8:30 in the morning. At 11:30 in the morning, I was getting high on methamphetamine because that was the only resource that I had that would take me out of my dire situation. In hindsight, that was probably not the best strategy, but just roll with punches. Now that I've shared a little bit about my reentry experience with you, I want to share with you my experience while I was living in the restorative home at Communities of Belonging and what I saw as other people were coming into the home directly from incarceration, and in particular what that first day looks like. First of all, we go to the bus station if they're coming on a bus, and we're there to greet them, and Christy is there greeting them with a big warm smile and a hug, and we welcome them and we take them back to our very comfortable, cozy home. And right away, we start to address the immediate needs of that person. We make sure they have health insurance. We make sure they can get to their CCO within 24 hours. We make sure they have access to food and all the benefits that they need, access to employment, transportation, all the essential needs. And then that first night, the house comes together and there's a shared meal, and we welcome our new community member. And the existing residents introduce themselves and they share a little bit about what they can do to support this individual that's coming into our community. So I'm really proud of the work or the efforts of Communities of Belonging, because I've been able to witness how impactful this warm reception back into the community really is. It's highly valuable. It's changing people's lives. And it's making a difference in our community. And on this global day of giving, if you would like to consider making a donation so that Communities of Belonging can continue this work, please visit us at communitiesofbelonging.org. Click on the donate button. $5, $50, $5,000, whatever you can afford. If you can't afford to make a financial donation, there are other ways to become involved. We welcome all offers of involvement. If you're in our donation section, you will see that we have an option to make a monthly donation, whether it's $5, $25, $100 a month. These monthly contributions are really what helps to sustain the work and the efforts of Communities of Belonging, and they're greatly appreciated. If you only want to make a one-time donation, you're more than welcome to do that too. If you are going to participate in this Global Day of Giving Tuesday, I would request that you kindly support an organization that is very near and dear to my heart. thank you very much and happy holidays.